We're going to read a story today, and this is a new twist on the old story, The Three Little Pigs. I have a little doggy friend that's coming to sit next to me, so hopefully everything will work fine here. The Three Pigs, as you know, is an old story that's been around a long time, and sometimes it's a little scary, don't you think? Those three little pigs get pretty frightened, and they do learn a lesson about how to build a house. But that scary wolf gets after them, and at the end, it's a little upsetting, even though we are very happy the three little pigs escape. But this one kind of turns the tables, and in other words, the pigs are the bad guys, and this nice wolf guy over here with the toolbox and a hard hat, etc., he's the nice guy. So it's kind of opposite of the original story, and kind of funny too. So bear with me as I read the story of The Three Horrid Little Pigs by Liz Pichon, who wants you to know that she is very nice, even though the pigs aren't. Okay, this is just to give you a picture. See this trail of apple cores and garbage and wrappers and paint and all this stuff? These three little pigs are mischief makers, dropping paint, splashing paint, throwing apple cores when they're done eating an apple instead of finding a garbage can. This guy's eating some chocolate donuts and making a mess and then putting it by his eyes. They're just mischief makers, okay? Here's how it goes. Once upon a time, three horrid little pigs lived with their mother in a tiny house. The little pigs were very bad, and they drove their mother crazy. Here's a picture of the mama with the pearls on. Looks like they're knocking things over. Well, that one looks like they broke part of the frame of the house. I don't know what all. This one's hiding under the table eating cupcakes. Just a mess. And look what she's saying there. She's saying O-U-T. Out. She said, "I've had enough of you pesky pigs," she told them. "It's about time you moved out and made your own way in the world." And she packed their bags and sent them away. Out. Now, I don't think that they're your age. They're not little children. They're supposed to be grown-up pigs at this point. Grown enough to know, how to manage their life in this world and not be frightened or scared or unprotected. But look at their troublesome ways. The mother said, "It's time to go." Yeah. Oh, I don't know if I showed you this one that was swinging and hitting part of the house was swinging on a light fixture. Not a good idea. All right, well, this is what the three pigs did. The first horrid little pig came across a big pile of straw. "This straw is perfect for me to build my house," he said. Now, I want you to look at the straw. He's carrying fistfuls, or armfuls is a better way to say it, of the straw. He's kind of dropping it along the way. But look where he got it. Yeah, those nice cows, that was their food. It was their lunch. And they were munching away, and he took a big armfuls of it and walked away. They're probably like, huh? They're not very happy about that. They're kind of looking surprised and angry. Who said he could have our hay or straw? Very similar. But the little pig was lazy, and he didn't make his straw house very strong at all. Look at his house. Does that look like something that's going to stand up? It looks like these bunches of hay are just kind of propped up against each other. The roof is kind of haphazardly leaning in the middle. It doesn't look very good. And over here is who? Mr. Wolf, yeah. Luckily, a big friendly wolf, who just happened to be a builder, was passing by. And he saw the little pig. He said, "Good grief, what a mess that house is. I'll see if I can help." And this is the pig saying, "Good enough," when he gets the house put together. And this is the wolf saying, gasp, like, "Oh my goodness." So the wolf came over. There he is. There he is talking to this pig. Does that pig look like he's listening to that wolf? Is he being very friendly? Absolutely not. The wolf said, little pig, may I come in?" asked the wolf. And the pig crossed his arms. "No way," he said. "Not by the hairs of my chinny chin chin will I let a wolf in. Put one paw on my house, and I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll kick you out." The wolf looked at him, puzzled and sad, and he said, "I only wanted to help." And he went on his way and said, "Oh dear, that isn't very nice, is it? I told you these pigs are not very nice." Well, the second horrid little pig found a huge pile of twigs. "These twigs will make a great house for me," he exclaimed. But this little pig was even lazier than his brother. Look at where he got the sticks from. All these sticks are on the ground. Who's using those sticks? All these birdies are getting sticks from bushes and on the ground, because what do birds use twigs and sticks for? They build nests with them, right? And it takes a lot of work to get that all put together and knit close enough together that it'll form a solid, sturdy nest. But he just ran over and grabbed all the sticks. He didn't ask. He just grabbed them, that sly smile, and ran over to try to build this. Now, would you want to live in a house like that? Everything, again, is just kind of propped up against each other. There's pieces on the ground. It's falling apart. There's barely room for him to get in and out of it. And once again, Mr. Wolf happens by and looks very concerned. Let's see what he says. Well, because he was even lazier than his brother, his house was a disaster. So the first guy with the straw, his was pretty bad, but this one was worse. And when the friendly wolf saw the terrible tangle of twigs, he thought, "Oh my goodness. Oh no, that house is an accident waiting to happen. I'd better help." So he comes over to see if he can help. And he says, little pig, may I come in?" asked the wolf. And once again, look at this nice wolf, who was saddened by this angry pig's response. Look at that angry face, and he's yelling at the wolf. The pig says, "Get lost," the rude little pig shouted. "Not by the hairs of my chinny chin chin will I let a wolf in. You put one paw on my house, and I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll throw you right out." "Sorry," said the wolf. "Only wanted to help." And he says to himself, how rude. And he is rude to this poor guy. Look at that nice wolf. Look at, he has a bag of tools. He's got the equipment around his belt, his hard hat on. He's ready to help. He's a builder. And all he gets is mean pigs shunning him and telling him no thanks, only in a very rude way. The third horrid little pig was so lazy he couldn't even be bothered to build a house at all. So he looked for a building that was already made that he could move into, and he found a nice chicken coop, and he moved in. Now, a chicken coop is a house for chickens, and there it is. Who is living in a chicken house? Chickens, right? So what did he do? He charged in there, squished those chickens right out. They don't look too happy. Look at them. Peep, peep, peep. Even the little baby chickens, and the cluck, cluck, cluck of the bigger chickens. He didn't even care. And he doesn't hardly even fit in the house in the first place. The friendly wolf just happened to be nearby, and he saw what was going on. And he heard those poor chickens were saying, "Pig stole our house! Help!" So the little chickies, they're not very happy and they're scared. Their wonderful house was taken away, just like that. And the big wolf, the nice friendly wolf, said, "Oh my, these poor chickens. I must speak to that pig," he said. So he did. And he said again, little pig, may I come in? Oh, what do you think? Is he going to be friendly? Look at that mean, stubborn, arms crossed face. Scram, shouted the pig. Not by the hairs of my chinny chin chin will I let a wolf in. You put one paw on my house and I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll hold it right there, said the wolf. This isn't your house. It's the chicken's house. Who cares, said the mean pig. Now go away, all of you. What a horrid little pig he was. He didn't care about anyone but who? Himself. Right. I've heard of people like that. So, the kind wolf decided to help out. And look what he did. He invited the chickens to come to his house. There's a little sign above the door that says, Wolf's House. And look at, he invited all these chickens and baby chicks to come in. Look at, they're moving in, they're in the windows, and he's welcoming them through the door. He thought, well, if that mean pig isn't going to give back their house, I'll take care of them in my house. So he invited all the chickens back to his house, which was built out of bricks and very strong indeed. Meanwhile, the house built by the first horrid little pig was being eaten up by a herd of hungry cows. Remember what it was made out of? Look. Uh-oh. Remember who we took the straw from? A herd of cows eating some nice lunch, and he took it away. And look at them. They're chomp, chomp, chomp. They're happy to have their straw back. But what kind of a house is left for that pig? Nothing. He's holding on to a few scraps of straw and looking a little concerned. Like, what happened to my house? And funny, these cows think this is our straw. And they even have a sign that says, Cows Straw. And this one's kind of looking a little bit firm, like, that's our straw. Don't take it away. We were eating it. Well, I think he learned a lesson. Let's hope. The house built by the second horrid little pig, remember what it was made out of? Yeah, sticks and twigs. And who did those sticks and twigs belong to? The birds. Remember they were using them to build their nests? Well, look at this. What are they doing? Yep, they're taking all their sticks back and flying away with them. And here's a bird saying, our nests, meaning that's for us. And this guy down here is talking to the pig and saying, you've taken our twigs. So they're telling him a thing or two, aren't they? And it says that his house was being pulled apart by a flock of angry birds. How much house does he have left? Nothing. One stick in his hand with his hat on it. He looks a little concerned too. Well, how about the third pig? He was being pecked by a rooster. And he went wee 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 all the way back to his brothers, which is just what the rooster wanted. Look at him. Here he is. Remember, he didn't fit very well in that house. He's sticking out one end. His tail is back here, and this rooster is picking on his tail, and he's kind of pecking at it with his beak. And that pig didn't like that. Ow! And the rooster did that to get him out of the house. It wasn't his house. And he thought, maybe this is the way I'll get him home. So, as I said, it took him all the way back to his brothers, that little pig, which was just what the rooster wanted. Now, none of the pigs had a home. Remember? None. But who did have a nice home? The wolf. And it looked warm and cozy. So here they are, these pigs without a home, come by the wolf's house, and they happen to peek in. And what do they see? Here's this nice, friendly, smiling wolf with birds on his lap and on his chair, little chickens, and everybody's enjoying the nice story that he's reading. Some are sitting down, laying down, looking all so cozy as he reads them a story by the fire. And the pigs think, boy, does that look comfy. "This house would be perfect for us," said the horrid little pigs. "I'm liking this house." "Me too," the other ones said. So they waited until dark, and then they thought they would climb up onto the roof and slide down the chimney. The wolf heard the horrid little pigs. So he got out a great big pot. Uh-oh, this is starting to sound like the other story. But the wolf was a smart guy. He heard them on his roof. There they are sneaking. They're thinking, we'll come down and live in their house. The only way or his house, the only way we'll get in the house with the wolf and all his chicken friends is if we sneak down the chimney. But the wolf heard them. So he got a big pot and listened to what it was in it. He got out a great big pot of boiling soup. There he is. He made a great big pot of boiling soup and served it to each of the pigs. Look at 3 little dishes, like little bowls. Looks like some muffins or cookies or biscuits or something to go with it. And he serves them, and they're all dirty because where did they come down? The chimney, right? Full of soot and dirt. And they're kind of startled that this nice friendly wolf would be smiling. How did they talk to him? Very rudely. But the wolf was so kind that he was willing to serve them. And the friendly wolf, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot one part to read. When I said he was serving them soup, I didn't read the words in the book completely. The wolf said, "You must be hungry," said the wolf, and he really was the sweetest, kindest wolf ever. And that's what goes with that picture. Yep. Well, the friendly wolf let the pigs stay. And after a while, guess what happened? They stopped being the lazy, horrid little pigs. And they learned how to build a sturdy house made of bricks. Look who taught them. This nice builder took the time to explain to them. This is called a blueprint. This is how you design your house. You draw a picture and write down the shapes and sizes and plans, and they have their outfit on it similar to the wolf's with some overalls and a belt, utility belt where they can hang some tools and a hard hat. And here they are working. They're working all together to lay bricks. And who's helping? They've become friends with the chickens. And the chickens are even helping, stirring the water and getting things ready for them. So they learned how to make a sturdy house made of bricks. So not only did the wolf welcome them in, feed them food, make them feel welcome, and give them a new home, he taught them to learn a trade, which means a skill that they could use that would be very practical, very helpful for them. They would be able to build their own home, so they'd have one. They'd be able to maybe help other people build homes or other buildings that would be important to them. So maybe they could earn some money to pay for their home, their food, their clothing, and all the good things that we need. So when they built this home made out of bricks that we were just talking about, they made it big enough for everyone. And there is the picture. To show you that the whole page is spread out. The birds, the chickens, they're in bird baths, and they even have a bird house. And here's the happy wolf who helped them. The happy pigs and chickens, and even the cows and other birds have moved in. Here's a cow helping paint. This one planted flowers. This painting. Everybody's having fun. And here's a pig taking a bath. And another pig working. There's just so much room for every animal that was in this story. And here's one in the front where the pig's working again. We're working on some more bricks. And because of that kind-hearted, sweet wolf who took them under his arms and put them in his house and loved on them even though they were mean and helped them grow and learn to be nice, because of that kind wolf, they all lived happily ever after. And here's a picture of them. Quite different than that first picture we saw. Remember when they looked so mean and they were dropping garbage and junk on the ground and looking angry and mean. Now they're all smiling. They're holding baby chicks in a little nest. They're playing with the other chickens. Oh, this chicken is tickling his ear and making him giggle, tickling with a feather. They're happily enjoying their new surroundings with their new friends. And that's the end. And we have one more picture of this smiling wolf who really made the difference in the story. You know, maybe you can talk to your mom and dad about how that wolf is a good example of how God loves us. Even when we're naughty, even when we do things that, I know I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry. God still loves us, and he'll still give us a bowl of soup and welcome us into his house, so to speak, meaning he'll still love us. And this wolf showed what that means by his example. And that's the end. See you later.